Hey guys, it's Emmy. I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
This is a big week because you have a new single that is about to drop. Like, talk to me about this new track and what is so different on this new song? And, aside from you producing it, like, what else did you do differently?
I'd say that I'm a lot more I guess blatant about what's going on in my life in that song.
Yeah.
Like you can't really hide it. The lyrics are pretty straight to the point.
Right.
Like the first line is I ain't fucking with the Zans. Like that's very exactly what it's about to be about.
Right.
The video's dope as fuck. I'm really excited about it. And yeah, I'm just ready for everyone to hear it finally.
So, talk to me about the fact that you basically do it all with your music. You write it, you produce it, you perform it. And I'm sure now, with the music video stuff, I'm sure you have a big part of that as well. Like, how do you, where does that creative, how do you get creative for these things? Like, do you imagine that music video as you're writing the lyrics? Do you imagine a music video and then you kind of think of lyrics? Like, how does that work for you?
It really depends on what the song is. Like White Bars, I wrote the lyrics to the beat, so I made the loop and then Shanti did the drums, so I have a lot of help with production. It's not always just me.
Right.
I don't do drums or 808s really, so
Not yet, at least.
not yet. Give me a drum machine and I'll fuck around and see what I could do. But
Yeah.
can I swear?
You can do whatever.
Okay.
After the 50th fuck, so it's
Forgot.
okay.
I didn't know. Okay. But yeah, no, that song, it was cool because I made the loop and then he sent the beat back a few days later and I was like, holy crap. Wrote the song super fast, had no idea what it was going to look like visually.
Right.
And then, the song just kind of sat around for over a year. And then, my manager really liked it and was like, let's shoot a video to this. What are some ideas? And I'm like, I just want it to look, super grimy and street and all that shit, because that's what it sounds like. That's what it's about. So I think the video matches the lyrics really well, which I'm happy about.
Right.
Sometimes it has nothing to do with the song and you're like, well, there goes my vision. But I always have a lot to do with the planning of anything,
Right.
just because I'm not a control freak, but if it's not the way I want it, you'll know, I'm definitely kind of on top of it.
So is that part of the reason why it was sitting around for a year? Were there specific parts of the song that you felt like you still needed to kind of recreate or reproduce or even take out of the track and bring something else new to it?
No, it was more I knew it was a banger, so I didn't want to release it with no money behind it. So I
Right.
wanted to wait till there was some funding. And that's how I feel about a lot of my songs, is that I don't want to put them out until the time is perfect, because I don't want it to just be lost and have no one hear it,
Yeah. Now, do you think about this when you're in the studio? You just wrote the song for the very first time, or you wrote the verse or whatever for that track. Do you already know oh, this shit's gonna be fire? Or does it take you some time of listening through the song or being in the with the producers to kind of think have that mentality?
I love all my songs when I'm making them and when I first make them.
Yeah.
And so the way I can tell that a song's actually really good is if I listen to it 300 times and I don't fucking hate it at the end of it.
Right.
So if I still listen to it, 3 months later after playing it 40 times a day every day, then I'm like, okay, this is actually a really good song. Cause other people's ears are different and I love all my songs cause they're mine,
Right.
but yeah, that one I listened to for a long time and was like, it's still great, so let's do this. Yeah.
What do you feel challenged you with this track?
I guess I was a little bit nervous about snitching on myself, I guess.
You just got to do it. You got to do it.
Yeah.
Vulnerability is the biggest thing, key in being an artist, right?
Yeah, and it's it's on brand for the sound I already have, so I wasn't too worried about that. People are expecting, kind of trap style music from me, and
Right.
I'm happy to deliver. I enjoy it.
Right.
So
Now, as far as production, the sounds, the lyrics, go, do you feel you challenged you stepped out of the box to kind of create this track? And if so, how did you step out of the box?
not for this one really.
No?
It's pretty on par with everything else I've done. I have a few songs that are going to come out in the future that are
Right.
completely different and random that I'm excited to see how my fans react to them, because they're super out of the box, but not for White Bars. I think it's really good. It's probably better than a lot of songs I've put out, but it's the same genre. So I'm not worried about it.
Now, as you're working on that body of work, whatever it is that you're working on, how do you feel you've kind of evolved as an artist from releasing your first ever track to the stuff that you're working on right now?
I definitely know a lot more now. Like I'm not as naive, and I know that like timing's everything. I've developed a few new techniques that I put into songs that just make them sound fuller and like more clean and stuff, which I like. Definitely dialed back the reverb a little bit because I was tired of people asking me like what my lyrics were and stuff. So I was like, okay, enunciate, you know. But yeah, just working with new people too. Like, you know, you get used to them and then you build with them, and I think that's really important too. Not to like just stick with like one person all the time. You have to like branch out and try new people, and that's how you build new sounds. Like I don't know very many people that just like keep one producer and change sounds. Yeah.
Is there one specific producer that has you been working with lately that you feel like every time you step in the room, like he has you just get so challenged, like you doing things you never imagined you could even do? Like, is there a specific one?
Not right now. I'm open to like working with new people, but you know, the challenge for me right now is kind of just not getting stuck on one thing. And it's cool that like, you know, I can make the same style of song over and over and it's still good and it's still somewhat different, but I am looking forward to like working with different people that make me feel like, you know, holy shit, I don't even know how to go about doing this beat and then like somehow killing it, because that's what happens. So
now, what are you currently working on right now? Like, there's more music in the works, but like, do you have a project in mind, or are you just kind of writing material just to see what you can eventually release?
I mean, I feel like I have most of the songs for my next project, but then, you know, we think way ahead and we're like, what are we going to do for the project after that? So that's kind of like what we're working on right now.
So you're on project number 3 instead of like this upcoming one.
I have like 200 songs. Like we're just kind of grouping them together and just recording and trying to get, you know, dope content.
Right. So when you have so many songs like that, you know, how do you know where these tracks are? Like, especially for this track, White Bars, that, you know, you said you've had it for like a year. So how do you know that this song still exists, or where exactly it is in your song bank or whatnot?
Oh, I'm very organized, like down to like almost an OCD level. Like my desktop is 4 folders and each folder has like 4 folders in it, and then so on and so on.
4 is your favorite number?
It's just very easy to like visually see, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, this is the song folder. This is the songs from 2017 folder. These are the songs that I've made with Shanti folder. This is, you know, like it's very easy for me to like find stuff. And I have, you know, my manager has a copy of like every song I've ever made. And yeah, so I'm always combing through it and being like, okay, we need a trap song like from not too long ago for this project. We need this tempo. Like, you know, I know where everything is. So I'll find it if I have it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So, you know, what's next for you? Like the song drops this Friday, video drops this Friday as well. Like, you know, do you see any tours coming up for you? Any performances coming up for you?
I'm kind of holding off on that because I'm just in like the recording stage right now. But when we do have a project out and we have like given people time to digest it, I think there'll definitely be performances, just because, you know, you got to give the fans time to like learn the songs. They're more excited to watch you do them when they know them. And
Now, earlier you said when you knew this song was a banger, you held it because you didn't want to release it without money, like having that proper money to kind of fully back it. So, you know, in saying that, like, obviously you'd probably still be working or do other things like to make it happen. But what is it about music that, like, from the beginning, you knew that no matter what obstacles you had to jump through, like, you still wanted to pursue music as your career?
Just the fact that like I'd be doing it regardless of if I was doing it as my career or not. So, and the fact that I have all these people around me that are like, this is going to work. You're doing great. Like that type of thing. So I'm like, you know what, why stop if I'm doing it regardless of if I make money at it or not. And I have people around me that are capable of making it work that are still on board after all this time, you know? So, you know, it's just who I am. So.
No, that's good. That's good. Well, thanks for letting me crash your space for a little bit. Congratulations with the. No, you did a good job. Congratulations with the new single. You guys be sure to check out White Bars. It's probably out now by the time you guys are watching this. This is Emmy, Rob with Front Row Live. Thanks for watching.